Alright, I got this hitch plate welded in here really good. I welded the back of the tube to that C-channel up there, welded it up here. I caught it on the back here as best I could, but it's super hard to get in there and get that welded. And then I brought some good heavy angle iron brake. We should be able to yank on that thing pretty darn good, and it should not go anywhere. All right, the old deck didn't turn out too bad there. I'm not gonna lie and tell you that was a fun job. If this was the first deck ever put on this trailer, probably wouldn't have been too bad. Those screws that I used were like self-tappers, and then they, you know, anchor the boards down. The problem I was running into is that this trailer has already had at least 2 decks on it previous, and you know, every time they come through and they just cut this old screws off flush with the deck because they're always rusted in place. You're never going to get them out, which I can't fault them for that. I mean, it's the same thing that I did. Problem is the old screws wind up being impossible to drill through. So, you know, you slap your board down there, you drill your couple holes, and then you start trying to run your self-tapper down through, and if you don't hit anything, then it drills right through the cross member of the frame and it screws right down nice and tight and quick. But what happens is you end up running into those old cut-off screws, and you can't drill through those. So, yeah. End up just ruining the screws, which are expensive, and fighting it the whole way through, but we got her done. I wanted to use oak for this project. I ended up using silver maple. That's just what I had that was easy to get to on the pile. I'd had to really do some digging to get into any oak. So I'm hoping this holds up after it completely dries out, because it's still a little green. After it completely dries out, I'll probably soak it with oil, used motor oil, and hopefully that helps preserve it. But moving on from the deck, we need to turn our focus towards stopping this beauty now, the brakes. I actually sandblasted and painted the wheels like 2 years ago and put new tires on them. So that's why they're already all ugly and stained up and dirty, because that was actually 2 years ago I did that. But they're still nice underneath. They're just dirty and oil covered, because I put 90 weight in these hubs, and it seems like that always leaks out. So I think when we put these back together, we're just going to pump them full of a lightweight grease. But we're going to go ahead and just yank this whole thing apart and start swapping out brakes. This is a pretty straightforward process. It's just some bolts, but the hardest part, not hard at all, but you've got to reconnect your wires here for the electric brakes. So we had to cut the old ones to get that off. Now we just need to crimp these ones back in. So with these drums on a trailer brake here like this, an electric trailer brake, you have two surfaces you need to look at versus just one on a standard hydraulic brake or air brake. So you have your actual braking surface here where the shoes ride. If this surface is worn out, pitted, or ridged, then you should get those turned or replaced. And then also we have this inner surface here. This is the flat area where this magnet rides. And if that also shows signs of wear, that's another surface that is going to need attention. But luckily in our case, these drums look fine. So I'm just cleaning them up with a wire wheel. As you can see, they've been sitting a long time. They're pretty rusted. So just going to knock the heavy rust off there, help not junk up the new brakes, and we'll slap this back together. Well, there's one wheel completely done. 3 more to go. Well, the first one wasn't too bad aside from just being rusted up. This one here ain't got no pad on it. She's worn down pretty good on this side, and then that side's completely gone, so definitely time to replace this guy. Alright, well, I finished up all the brakes. I plugged my truck into it now. I'm testing all my lights. I think we're all good as far as lights go. I did have issue here with tires on this axle. All 4 of these tires that I put on those freshly painted rims like 2 or 3 years ago now, they were all brand new tires and they all matched the same size as we got back here. Now I ordered the front set based upon the size of the rear set, which I had also ordered at one point in time, but they've been on there for probably 4 or 5 years now. So I just took the size from there, punched it into the Al Gore machine, came out with 4 new tires, and we put them on there like 2 years ago, like I said, and they would hold air. the front beads would seat. So the front side of the rim, no problem, popped right on there. The back side of the rim would never quite seat all the way. There was like a 10-inch piece of the bead that was still that far away from the tire. So I took them to the tire shop, and lo and behold, they said I'm an idiot and I have the wrong size tires on the wrong size rims. So that's a 16-inch tire on a 16.5-inch rim. I don't know how the heck those ones work, and the other ones that I ordered for up here don't, but, well, leave well enough alone. So those are fine, but these ones wouldn't work. So they're at the tire shop right now. They're going to put 4 correct size tires on this thing, and we're going to be ready for a big road trip here. I also pulled the breakaway disconnect, and the brakes work. Last thing I need here, I noticed our ramps are missing the retainer bolts for the pivot pins. So luckily, all the hardware I could ever need is at my fingertips now rather than 10 miles down the road. Well, I wanted to leave at 5 a.m. this morning, but 10:22 seems reasonable as well. Alrighty, look at that. She looks pretty darn good. This little trailer makeover is complete for now. I would like to, before winter, flip this thing over and completely coat the underside with the fluid film that I use on my vehicles, and then soak the boards in like used motor oil or something. Keep those from rotting. The winch mount worked out perfectly. The deck's looking nice. Got those 4 new tires on here. Actually, all 8 tires on this trailer are pretty close to new. Those ones there, I mean, they only have maybe 30 miles on them. All the lights work, the brakes work. I just stomped on them coming down the driveway here and about skidded the trailer, so I got to turn the gain down a bit. In one heck of a trial by fire, I'm about to jump on the highway here and drive this thing to northern Michigan to pick up a machine. It's almost 8 hours, so what better way to test out your trailer and make sure that it's in tip-top shape than just cranking it to 11 right out of the gate. Let's carry on. Well, over 8 hours later, I'm in Michigan, northern Michigan, and the old trailer did fantastic. The old trial by fire kind of paid off. Worked out great. I stopped a couple times. I was feeling the hubs and everything. Nothing got hot. It all stayed nice and cool. The tires look great. So yeah, happy trucking. And we drove all the way to northern Michigan to pick up this gem. So I've been needing to fix that trailer for a lot of years. That trailer has been one of those ones that I just haven't used very much, but with the new 450, that's kind of like the perfect size trailer to go with that truck, and enables me to haul stuff like this just with a pickup truck. So much more convenient and theoretically reliable to go on road trips like this. So anyways, you guys know the drill. If you like the video, do me a big favor, hit that thumbs up button down below. It really helps out the channel. It doesn't cost you guys a dime. If you'd like to help support the channel in a little more direct way, head on over to dieselcreek.com. The link is down in the description. Pick yourself up a hat, a t-shirt, a beer koozie, a sticker pack, whatever it is, over there at the store, dieselcreek.com. And be sure you're subscribed so you can see this guy in a future video. That's all I got for now. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.